Hello, this is Rob. This is the terrain decoration rendering part 7, I think. And you'll see here I've thrown together a nifty environment with some rocks and trees and such. But I'm still talking about grass rendering. What's new? Well, I've hooked up a lot of the properties of this thing to the VWF property, or properly, so that it's really not like a hard-coded thing. It's actually a VWF entity. So here I am in my world. Right, you can see this is kind of the same grass I've been using. Behaves all the same as always, but it's got some other nifty properties here. So let me go into kind of orbit mode, or not even orbit. Let's just look down from the top here. Right. Okay. Let's just do like that's better. It looks like I've got the terrain selected. Yeah, I do have the terrain selected. If I look at its hierarchy, the grass is now just a child of the terrain, which is pretty neat. I'll show you how that works in a second. And now I've exposed all of these properties of the grass as VWF properties so that they can be edited. For instance, you'll see the grass now is kind of moving in the wind a little bit. If I uncheck the checkbox that says wind, it just stops dead. So now it's not moving at all. Now I check it again, it begins moving as correct. It should. Let's see. Grass density, I can turn it down. That's grass density 0. And I can turn it up to grass density 1. Or even up to 6, that's probably dense enough for this. We can also do things like make it larger, look at that. Or we can make it smaller. It has both a width and a height setting, so that's pretty neat. And finally, it's integrated with the same texture chooser. So I go to pick the grass texture, and I can pick this tree, and lo and behold, I'm now standing in a field of trees, which is kind of weird because they're too tiny. To get back to where it was, I'll click on the texture picker, click on the plus, and I'm just going to do our kind of example ./terrain/grass.png. Now I'll show you something else interesting, right? Let me knock this guy back down to density 1, and then I can go to edit. I'm sorry, where am I going? I'm going to create terrain grass. You'll see now I have two different grass entities, right? One, here's grass 1, they're both grass 1, I guess. One of these grass entities could have a different texture, and I think actually if I go under particles, I have a different grass laying around. That one's a little bit large, let's bring it down. So, it's a little bit dark too, but if I look carefully at this grass, you'll see that I have mixed together two different grass textures here by having two different grass entities. So that is what is new.